Hello guys and welcome to Oi Salwyn, what have you been doing? I decided to do this just because maybe one of you guys cares. Actually I'll just eat because I'm starving. There we go, oh that's better. So, a lot of you guys will probably say, oh no, it's Minecraft, and yes it is, because, well, Texure has found its way out, and I actually rather enjoy Texure. As you can see on the minimap, there's a big blob near me. And that is why we are here today, because I wanted to show you what I've been doing the past, however many days, because, well, I'm new to Texure, so I wanted to try a big build, because, well, I like a good project as much as the next guy. So, this is what I've been doing. So let's take a tour around the good old factory. Now, as you can see, on top, of course, we have the solar panel cells, which power the MFE, which I will show you what powers later. Down here, we have my nice little hidden entrance. I haven't really figured out how to do a real entrance yet, but yeah, there's of course only opened from the inside via that lever. So there's a doorbell, ring bell for entry. So you ring the doorbell, and of course I come rushing to the door to open it and or close it. But right now we'll leave it open because we're going to go in through the back way. Yeah, that's what she said. Anyway, some floating trees over here. We have our water pumping station right here, which pumps water into the outhouse. Because, as you know, flushing is very important. And then, of course, down the walkway we go. Now, I've chosen to use marble and marble bricks for like everything, because it's nice and sterile for a factory look. Now, I might have wanted to go with something different at some places, but I didn't. So that's how we ended up here now. Here we have the water tanks and the fuel tanks, which were fed by the good old refineries that were hooked up to these oil containers. Back in the good old days of well, we need some fuel. But now that we have massive tons of fuel, which are then being pumped this way, and the water of course being pumped this way, up and into our combustion engine station, which is up here, which we're about to show you. There we go. There we go. 5 lovely combustion engines pumping electricity into our MFSU. And of course, nothing on this server has been done with cheats. Everything has been done from the ground up. There's not even a single block has been added. And that is a lie, because we added a few blocks because the server crashed and unsaved some of our items, so we put those back in. But no chunks have been added that shouldn't be there. So we're now inside the factory again. With all our chests containing different items, and back here of course my little workstation for the early days of the factory, and the bedroom. And of course in behind the walls we can see the cables coming down from up at the solar panels up on the top, going down into my sorting area, which I will show you in a minute. If I could get out that door. Door's very tricky. Now we have this lovely little switch here, as you saw before. The engines are off, but we will flick the switch, and now the engines should be pumping away happily. Of course, I have my nano suit, because, well, you cannot operate a factory without a nano suit. I mean, that's a given. So we'll jump down, back in here, down to our combustion engine station, which now has started up through the flick of the switch up top, and is now powering through here into our massive quarry. Now I've disconnected this just for purposes unknown, and we have a little quarry over on the side. It was the first quarry I set up down here, which has reached down quite a bit so far. Is it running? Why is this quarry not running? Oh, is it running now? Yeah, it's running now. Alright, there we go. So both quarries are now running. And this one obviously has the arm over there somewhere. So we can see the the bricks and mud and whatnot is being pumped up through the tubes up into sorting tubes up there, which I will show you where I go to next. So we will jump back this way. Of course, if you didn't build the factory, you would quickly get confused as to where to go when. But of course, since I built the factory, why is this open? That shouldn't be open. We'll close that off real quick. There we go. Since I know where what is, because I built it, I can quickly find my way around my factory and into the machine room. I'll jump down here where we have the oil tanks, the top side of the oil tanks, and my massive sorting machine. Now, of course, down from the quarry, everything comes up through this pipe. Let's zoom down, there's a tin block. I think it was a tin block anyway. Which then flows into the macerator to produce tin dust, which is then thrown out, well, macerate already, so we can show off to the good peoples what's going on here. Alright, so it's nearly done. It then throws it out. There we go. Throws out the tin dust into our little electric furnace, which then turns the tin dust into bars, which is then pumped up through the ceiling. And this is of course done with everything that needs to be smelted is being turned into dusts and smelted, and everything that doesn't need to be smelted is just being thrown up through the ceiling. Yes, it's a very nifty little thing. We have of course our transformers so that the energy is being put into the bat boxes, and the bat boxes then power all of these lovely machines down here. Now we see all of the cobblestone and the dirt and the sand and everything just gets pumped up and wow, and into our little energy condenser here, which is slowly but surely producing diamonds. As we can see, we need to get to 8,192, then we get a diamond, and each cobblestone gives us one. Alright, so we're back. We just slept. Good old Endon went to bed, and we'll jump out through the factory door to the outside, where we were just down at the sorting station, which is right under here. And as we can see, that is wrong. Where's that coming up from? Well, I'll sort that out later. Anyway, we have all the sorting tubes, as we can see here, the silver and the cup. Alright, we had a little crash. We're back. So, going back in under here, we can see Endron trying to worry off any attacks. Anyway, we're back here where we can see, what the F? I have to figure this out, because obviously I made a boo-boo somewhere, because copper and whatnot is coming up through the wrong pipe. But we'll figure that out later. As you can see, down from the machine sorting room thingamabob, stuff is being fed back up. That's dust. Whatever. Stuff is being fed back up into the factory floor, and then if we fly out real nice and quick like, because we have an awesome ring that lets us fly, which is way too expensive, close the factory door, and then we can see obviously the chest that gets all the wrong things is this one. Wait, no it's not. So maybe it is working, it's just looking wrong because of a bug. Let's just check them real quick. We have an obsidian chest and everything. The diamond chest, the iron chest, as we can see iron being pumped in there. Probably be easier to show off the copper. So we have 40 stacks, a stack of 40 copper bars there. And we have a stack of 35 tin there. Now something at some point should be coming up through the floor and into the chests. Can't really see anything right now, so we'll just move on real quick. We have the silver chest, which has gotten 28 silver bars from our things so far. Nikolite hasn't really gotten any new, only the original load. And then of course little tiny coal and gemstone chests, which hold, well, a lot of gemstones and so on and so forth. So I think that is pretty much it. I think we've seen everything we wanted to see. Well, with the exception of something being pumped up through those. Let's just jump outside real quick and see if anything is being pumped up through the good old. Alright, so there's some copper bars. Let's see if we can beat them inside. Some copper bars being pumped out and up into the tubes. So there's 47 now. Let's see if we made it in time. Yeah, we did. That's 47 should then jump up to 48 when the copper bar enters the chest. It's gonna be, yeah, there we go. So everything is working smoothly. Obviously it was a slight graphical bug since nothing is being pumped up into the wrong chest through that tube that was filled with wrong stuff. This one, which is the lapis tube. So that was just graphical, a graphical bug or a server lag that caused that to look as it did. Nothing is going wrong, which is all fine and dandy. So I would like to thank you guys who stayed this long for joining me in my little factory tour. And well, I hope you found it somewhat interesting. If you stayed this long, you obviously did. So thanks for watching with me, and until next time, have a good day.